Hello and welcome to News at 5 on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Bologum. Here are stories making the rounds at this time. The Director General of the World Trade Organization, the WTO, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, has emphasized the need for the federal government to grow the Nigerian economy and put in place social safety nets to help citizens cushion the current hardship in the country. Speaking after meeting with President Bola Tinubu in the State House, the Director General said the federal government should be commended for stabilizing the country's economy through its reforms. Accompanied by the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Olajumoke Oduwole, Dr. Okonjo-Iweala also appreciated the President and the wife of the President, Oluremi Tinubu, for the Women Exporters Fund launched in Abuja to support women through economic hardship.
We came to brief Mr. President about this fund, which we launched. The Minister of Trade, Industry, Trade and... I was looking. It has been shepherding this effort in Nigeria, along with the Nigeria Export Promotion Council. Nigeria competed and won. One of 4 countries that won globally to be part of this new initiative. We had 67,000 Nigerian women who applied for this, and 146, can you imagine, 67,000, 146 won, and they are going to have money disbursed directly to them. 16 of them won what we call the booster track. Those who already have businesses, but their businesses will be scaled up. They will receive technical and business support for 18 months from the WTO and the ITC, and working with the ministry. So we will all work together to make sure that their businesses expand, they employ more people, they put money in their household's pocket and in the nation's pocket. We think that the president and his team, and we just exchanged with him, have worked hard to stabilize the economy. And you cannot really improve an economy unless it's stable. So he has to be given the credit for the stability of the economy. So the reforms have been in the right direction. What is needed next is growth. We now need to grow the economy, and we need to put in social safety nets so that people who are feeling the pinch of the reforms can also have some support to be able to weather the hardship. So that's the next step. How do we build social safety net to help Nigerians cushion the hardship they're feeling? And then how do we grow the economy so we can create more jobs and put more money in people's pockets? These are issues that we discussed with Mr. President.
Police officers from the Eneka police station in Port Harcourt, River State, have arrested a pastor, Ifediora Joseph, and 2 other people for alleged child abuse. The arrest follows the publishing of a viral video appearing to show some children being whipped in a compound in what is believed to be a religious cleansing ceremony. The children's parents, who came voluntarily to the police station, said they are aware of the situation and even approved of it. Some of the church members are seen at the police premises singing and dancing. Now the pastor goes on to speak on the reason behind his action.
Directed by the Holy Spirit. So it was not carried out carnally or by anybody's inspiration, but according to spiritual inspiration.
What's the name of your church?
Our Lord Victory Covenant Mission.
And you're saying that using pigeon's blood to put inside water and bathe children is healthy for them?
It was a directive from the Holy Spirit, not from me, sir.
The governor of Zamfara State, Dauda Lawal, has strongly condemned the recent wave of attacks carried out by bandits, saying the perpetrators intentionally committed these violent acts to spread fear among communities. The governor stated this when he visited 5 communities in Kaura Namoda local government area recently attacked by bandits, as he commiserates with the people.
We're here to commiserate with the people of Banga over the unfortunate incident that happened some few days ago while I was not in the country. And I feel as a leader, I should be here to commiserate with the entire people of Banga and to assure them that government is doing everything humanly possible to provide security and protect lives and properties of the citizens of Zamfara State. That's the reason why we're here today.
In Nasarawa, Governor Abdullahi Sule has visited the Kefi Correctional Center where 16 inmates reportedly escaped. Governor Sule noted that the visit was to understand the reasons behind the Tuesday early morning incident and how his administration can avoid a recurrence. It disclosed that most of the inmates at the Kefi facility are awaiting trials in courts residing within the FCT and not that of the state.
From what you saw in the news, it is confirmed that there was a jailbreak of 16 inmates actually escaped, but they were able to get 7 of them back. So far, 9 of them are still at large, and there was no fatality, but they actually injured some of the correctional center officials, and those ones are receiving treatment. I came to realize, number one, that majority of the inmates here are actually those awaiting trial at the courts at FCT. They are not awaiting trials at our courts here in the state. And I saw the condition that some of them are staying is not conducive. You know, a lot of them are actually sitting in one place and uncompacted on the floor. And I decided that today, the state government will actually go and buy the number of mattresses for all the inmates that have no mattresses so that they can get mattresses at least to have a place to sleep. So that is a decision that we have taken. I also spoke with them about their feeding. From all indication, there is no much problem about feeding. But in fact, some of the inmates answered directly that there are no problems with their feeding arrangement. You know, the name has been changed from prison to correctional center. So it is not a place where you are punishing people in prison without teaching them something that they can learn to come out from.
The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has called for a unified, adaptable and accessible building code to curb the menace of building collapse across Nigeria, stressing that safety in the building environment must become a collective responsibility. Governor Sanwo-Olu made the call at a one-day enlightenment program on incessant building collapse in Nigeria at the Tafawa Balewa Square.
In July last month, a 3-story building collapsed in Lagos Island, injuring some occupants. This recurring issue is the reason for this gathering at Tafawa Balewa Square, Lagos, where Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu joined them to discuss matters that affect safety of lives and property. The Lagos State Government, in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, has brought together all stakeholders in the built sector for a sensitization program that will help them improve safety standards in the industry.
We have taken bold steps to strengthen building control, enhance compliance with code and integrity technology in the monitoring and enforcement from the Certified Structural Integrity Program, CSPIP.
Very, very soon, we are going to have booklets in different dialects of our country. And we are going to send it around to everybody so that you can understand exactly what your role is in building production, building control, and prevention of collapse across the country.
The federal government says the National Building Safety and Structural Integrity Initiative aligns with the Lagos State Building Control Reform, which must be adopted across states.
Our vision is to develop a national building safety and structural integrity framework that will, 1, enforce building codes through strengthened institutional mechanisms. 2, promote professional accountability across all stages of building design, construction, and maintenance. 3, standardize inspection and certification processes, including the Certificate of Fitness Initiative.
Governor Sanwo-Olu emphasized compliance to building regulations and also pushes for a unified building code that will regulate the industry.
Professional negligence is not just an error. We see it as a form of social violence. No one should endorse or supervise a project that does not meet the safety standards and institutions that will be put forward to ensure that we can control and monitor at all times. And so we're calling on a uniform national building code that will be enforceable and will be adaptable to the local content.
The Lagos State government launched a certified structural integrity program urging the public to report illegal construction, distressed building, while the developers have the responsibility to adhere to building codes and regulation in order to prevent incessant building collapse in Nigeria.
The federal government has taken another step towards improving the welfare of workers in the nation's tertiary institutions. The Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Olausa, unveiled the Tertiary Institution Staff Support Fund digital platform, a system set to provide staff with access to loans of up to 10 million naira interest-free. Speaking at the official launch, he stressed the need for transparency and accountability among those managing the fund, describing the initiative as a crucial boost to staff motivation and productivity.
This program is not just a welfare program. It is a empowerment platform designed to give our academic and non-academic staff the financial stability they need to serve our students with renewed dedication and to live with dignity and pride. It is a 0% interest loan scheme with a 12-month payment moratorium aimed at enhancing welfare, supporting career development, and promoting financial independence for staff in Nigerian tertiary institutions. Two tips: the Tertiary Institution Staff Support Fund. Beneficiaries will have access to financing medical support, surgeries, emergency care, and even pay for their medications. Also, to provide academic support, academic advancement, professional certifications, capacity building programs. The applicants must have at least 5 years before retirement. Each eligible staff member can access up to 10 million naira, subject to a cap of 33.3% of their gross annual income. As I said, the loans are interest-free, repayable over 5 years with 12 months moratorium before repayment begins. Please ensure you maintain the highest level of transparency. And if we get any indication that problems are being created for the potential beneficiaries of this program, and we investigate and we find out that issues are happening, there will be consequences.
Universities across the country have been called upon to imbibe the spirit of collaboration in order to tackle the various challenges confronting them. This is the assertion of various speakers at the 3rd International Conference of Consortium of Universities in Kwara State. The conference, which started some years ago with 8 universities in Kwara under the acronym KU8, offers participants the opportunity to brainstorm and chart pathways for collective progress.
The theme of this year's conference, which is Innovation and Sustainability of Higher Education in the Changing World, is not only timely, it is also most appropriate. At a time like this, when emerging technologies, global dynamics, and shifting educational models are changing the face of higher education, it is crucial for universities to remain relevant and innovative. This theme aligns perfectly with the vision and mission of the KU8 Consortium.
The Vice-Chancellor of the Kwara State University, on his part, believes that through deliberate initiatives, universities can position themselves to lead change narratives and respond to real-time challenges.
Resonates deeply with the collective spirit that underpins our consortium. The need to change the face of our education in our Indian communities as a collective, to serve as a springboard for changing the narrative of higher education globally and make our efforts count. we have resolved as a consortium to collaborate so that we can achieve more within the context of the popular refrain that if you want to move far, move together. In a world marked by rapid change, complex challenges, and increasing interconnectedness, no university, no institution can thrive in isolation.
The Kaduna State Commissioner for Agriculture, Murtala Dabo, has assured of equitable and transparent distribution of free fertilizers to farmers across the 23 local government areas of the state in order to support them in this year's farming season. Now, the commissioner, who gave assurances when he visited some redemption centers where the fertilizers were being distributed to the farmers, says a team has been put together to ensure that only genuine farmers benefit from the exercise.
In line with its agenda of revolutionizing agriculture in Kaduna State, the state governor, Senator Ubasani, had last week launched the distribution of 400 trucks of free fertilizers to 100,000 smallholder farmers across the 23 local government areas of the state. Under the arrangement, each beneficiary is to receive 2 bags of fertilizers free of charge for the wet season farming, while commercial farmers can access the product at a 40% subsidized rate, all aimed at enhancing their productivity. To ensure transparency, the Kaduna State Commissioner of Agriculture is overseeing the distribution of the fertilizers to ensure that only genuine farmers benefit from the exercise.
You have seen all day we have been meeting as the Committee on Distribution of Fertilizer in the state. The essence is to review the ongoing distribution of fertilizer across the 23 local governments of the state, 255 wards. This committee you are seeing is composed of the elders, by me you can see for yourself, the religious leaders, the Farmers Association, security agencies.
The commissioner also visited the Kaduna State warehouse at Dankande in Igabi local government area, from where the fertilizers are being transported to the various redemption centers. He addresses the concerns raised by those who were captured and are yet to receive the fertilizers.
We're aware that some beneficiaries have not received text messages. We are deliberate because we don't want so much crowd at the redemption centers. We are releasing the messages in batches. We do first 2 wards in a ward, in a center. When the number comes down, we release the additional 2 wards. That's the way we do it.
Initial stage, we had some challenges, but we were able to surmount the challenges. So far, there is no any problem.
Prior to the launching of the free fertilizers, the Kaduna State government has set up a multi-stakeholder committee comprising representatives from public and private sectors, civil society, traditional and religious institutions, labor unions, security agencies, and anti-corruption bodies to monitor the distribution and ensure credibility, transparency, and local ownership.
Welcome to Business News. The federal government has approved a phased plan to refinance 4 trillion naira in electricity sector debt to help stabilize the nation's ailing power industry and improve supply. This was made known by the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wali Edun. Speaking after a cabinet meeting in the capital, Abuja, on Wednesday, Mr. Edun explained the refinancing would be executed within 3 to 4 weeks under the oversight of the Debt Management Office. He hinted that the plan will likely involve bond issuances and other instruments to spread out the repayment liability over time. The Federal Inland Revenue Service is holding a 2-day e-invoice post go-live workshop as part of its effort to accelerate the adoption and implementation of the National E-Invoicing Solution for Merchant Buyer Model. The first day of the meeting has in attendance representatives of the private sector categorized as large taxpayers in Lagos who have either successfully onboarded or are in the process of being onboarded to the new model. The FRS believes that this is an essential meeting to enlighten the stakeholders.
So based on that, we now... Since go live,
We have actually recorded over 1,000 large taxpayers that have successfully onboarded on the platform, representing about 20% of our target group. We have also the first 5 invoice transmissions from first live invoice transmission from pioneering organizations such as MTN Nigeria, Huawei, and IHS Nigeria. The certification of 16 service providers to act as both system integrators and access point providers in the ecosystem. What then is the purpose of this workshop? It is designed to provide practical guidance on taxpayer enablement, integration processes, and real-time invoice transmission. It is also intended to officially introduce some of the certified service providers who will play critical roles in supporting the adoption process. It is to host live technical demonstrations and service provider support tech sessions for hands-on assistance.
Now, the African Development Bank Group has committed $40 million to the Alliance for Green Infrastructure in Africa Project Development Fund, anchoring the fund's first close of $118 million aimed at fast-tracking climate-resilient infrastructure across the continent. The AGIA PD, or AGIA PD, managed by Africa 50, seeks to mobilize $400 million in blended early-stage financing to prepare a pipeline of bankable projects in renewable energy, sustainable transport, water systems, and digital infrastructure. The bank's $40 million package includes $20 million in grants, $10 million in commercial equity, and another $10 million in junior equity from the Sustainable Energy Fund for Africa. And commercial banks have 6 months to revise their lending rates to reflect the risk-based credit pricing model spearheaded by the Central Bank of Kenya, the CBK. The regulator said on Wednesday, unlike when the model was first introduced, this time around, the timelines for implementation have been specified. The CBK Governor Kamau Tuge said he has scheduled a meeting with commercial bank chiefs next week to iron out the remaining issues. And that we draw the curtain on news at 5 at this time. Many thanks for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balogun.